fought the communists for 70 years or so, thanks to Ronald Reagan, who brought the wall down. This is worse than Adolf Hitler, than communists, than anything else that we looking at Islam. Islam is not a religion of peace at all.
Amen.
I mean, Muhammad, because of a lady, 85 years old, she called him all kinds of names. He put her between two camels and cut her in half. He married his daughter-in-law because he liked her. She was a little bit white and nice-looking, so he cut her in half. He married a 6-year-old when he was 51 years old, and he didn't do anything, just touching her, and that you call him a prophet. And another thing, when she was 9, she was on a swing set, and he told her, "Come here, honey," and she goes there, and you know the rest. I don't want to talk about it. That's not the life of a prophet of God. He broke every commandment. He allowed a Muslim to lie in three things on your wife. He's telling him it's okay to lie on your wife. It's okay to lie to save yourself. It's okay to lie on your people. What kind of a diverted mind person that will do such a thing? And there's hadith that he slept with a lady. She's dead in the grave because he couldn't get her when she was alive, and he went down there when she's in the grave, and they told him, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm taking the torment of the grave from her." What kind of a lie is that? Or the moon and a half, God, there was 500 million people living there, and nobody's seen it except a guy who was on drugs probably, saw that thing and say, "Yeah, I seen the moon cut in half." Or there's other stuff. It's filled. And I read Islamic material, and I'm shocked. I mean, how can people out there just believe in this rapist, killer, butcher? What else? I can't. There is every name that is bad. He did.
All right.
And God bless you guys.
Thank you very much.
Jesus watch over you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
And,
Keep praying for us.
I have another call from William. Good evening, William. You're on the air. Go ahead. William?
Good evening,
Good evening.
gentlemen. I have 3 comments, a quick comment.
All right.
First, I want to bring to your attention that Imam Qardawi was on Qatar Fadaiya for Friday's sermon, and he was complaining about why in Qatar the merchants are celebrating Christmas and decorating, and he said why we just had Al-Adha and we didn't have this type of interest in this Islamic country, that the original people that live here are Muslims, and therefore this is an invasion of our religion. And he was promoting that this should not take place in an Islamic country, and he's like encouraging some kind of action. He did not say it, but I can read between the lines that this is some type of encouragement to maybe be violent against these stores and maybe cause some problems. But anyway, this is one subject that I wanted out of the way, but I'm not sure if you are aware of it, but you can look at the Friday sermon. It was this morning about 12 hours ago, so maybe you can pull it out and read it, so I'm not making up story. The other thing is the minaret. In Europe, they are not preventing Muslims from building mosques. It's just the tower and the speakers that they hang on it, because it's annoying, obviously, to them. And so they never stopped any Muslims from building any mosque. The problem is Saudi Arabia does not allow any churches to be built anywhere on the Saudi Arabia, even on the whole Gulf, countries like. I don't know. I think Dubai allowed one church to be built over there, but it says, it has to be eye for eye, tooth for tooth, or the treatment, bil mithil in Arabic.
There's no balance.
You want to build the church, we will let you build the mosque. The other thing is, so they do not allow, and I don't know. They talk from the sides of their mouth. They don't understand what they are saying because. give us the freedom to build churches. They don't want to do that. If a Muslim wanted to convert to Christianity, they don't allow him. They chase him. They want to kill him. They declare their blood is legitimate to be killed. They are violent and they promote violence. We are trying to do it peacefully. The other thing is, some Muslims, they claim that hadith and tafsir is not really the Quran. So when you use that as a legitimate explanation of the violence in Islam, they don't give it much weight. So if there is anything anywhere over there that says that hadith and tafsir is part of the Islam religion and part of Quran, or they all connected together, please bring it up. I want to know if there is anything. I know I heard this several times, but I'm not sure where hadith, tafsir, and Quran, they're all the same and they all are one. So please, if you can bring that to make it clear here. And I don't want him to say, well, this is a hadith, I don't give it much of a weight because it's only probably 80% correct. No, I think it is 100% according to them, 100% part of the Islamic religion. The other thing is, it's always legitimate to defend yourself against aggression and violence. And for our brothers in Iraq and Egypt, I think I'm not a violent person, but I think they have the right to carry weapons and defend themselves. There might be some killing, but there are killing right now, and nobody's doing anything about it. But if you kill one from the other side, maybe that will open the eyes of the government. I know the government is aware of everything going on, but they ignore everything, and it's like nothing happening. And, I don't see anything wrong with defending yourself. If they want to come, I saw some pictures where they destroyed property, they demolished buildings with businesses in them, they set them on fire. Why not carry a machine gun and shoot 2-3 people? Maybe the rest of them will run away. I saw some of the pictures where they show some soldiers standing, next to the action, and they're not doing anything. So self-defense is a legitimate thing. And God bless you.
Thank you very much, William.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Lord bless.
For your comments.
Thank you.
I have another call from Sabri. Sabri, you're on the air. Go ahead. Sabri, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
How are you, Sabri?
English.
How are you, buddy?
Go ahead.
How are you?
Yes. I have a comment. Quran is a book written 1400 years ago.
Okay.
And for sure there are some teachings there that they don't meet today's standards as a humanity progress.
Yeah.
But how this is much different than Bible? Did God order Joshua to kill all the people in Jericho? Even children, for example? Is it that in the book? God ordering people to kill even children. For what?
Yeah.
To conquer their land, to steal their land.
No, that's not true.
You talk, if you just let me...
just finish your questions, because I know that you're talking about the Old Testament.
Let him make his comment.
Let's go ahead and respond. Hang on the line there. We'll go ahead and respond to this, and then we'll give you an opportunity to respond. I'll say a few words, and then Sam can say a few words as well. Now, you seem to agree that the Quran, the teachings we find in the Quran, do not line up with today's morality, and you say, but the same goes for the Bible, and this is completely wrong. First of all, you completely misrepresented what happened